tonight, what you are feeling at home, the fear about the economy, about your 401k, the fear is real. But that's what it is. It's fear. And there's people playing on your fears tonight. Donald Trump, the disruptor, faces a real challenge, not because the stock market is down, but because of what that does to his presidency and who will exploit it. Dow was down 2% today. The NASDAQ dropped 4%. This happens. It's not even close to a top 20 worst day. Not even close. But if you listen to the news tonight, as we of course did, it was 1929 all over again.
What started as an ugly day on Wall Street has turned downright hideous.
The Dow losing nearly 900 points. The NASDAQ suffering its worst day in nearly 3 years.
President Trump won't rule out the possibility of a recession.
Investor optimism so strong in the fall suddenly shrinking as fears of a recession continue to rise.
Fears rising. Fear. That's what is being played right now. And therein lies the problem. When the economy becomes the story, it forces Trump's hand. And that can define a presidency. Ahead of his 50th day in office, hard to imagine it's only been 50 days, so much has happened. Trump has a long list of wins, but the economy isn't on it. His supporters would add, isn't on the win list yet. Either way, it can suck Trump's political capital dry. That's our Why It Matters memo tonight. I'm going to tell you something that no other network will. The economic fear and pain that you're feeling right now is real. Your 401k that you've spent decades building, that's your hope for retirement, and watching it minute by minute is frightening. That's what network anchors and TV shows are playing off of. It's frightening, and they will exploit it. It's 100% true. But, and this is a big but, nobody ever went broke betting on America. This is temporary. Trump promised to disrupt the status quo. On Ukraine, he's done that. A meaningful deal is both possible and would be a huge success. On the culture wars, America is vastly different than it was on Election Day. Trump promised that. He's delivered that. On the border, crossings are at their lowest level ever. Just ask the border reporter at CBS.
When we go to the U.S.-Mexico border, we at least see one group of people who are trying to cross into the U.S. illegally. We did not see a single migrant.
Amazing. And now there's the economy. Markets love predictability and stability. Donald Trump is inherently unpredictable. He said he was going to disrupt everything. And some of his answers are not all that soothing, especially in the short term, when asked some serious questions about the state right now of the American economy.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big.
Are you worried about a recession? Maria Bartiromo asked you and you kind of hesitated.
I'll tell you what, of course you hesitate. Who knows?
Part of that isn't fair. Nobody can predict a recession. Nobody can guarantee one won't happen. But here are the headlines. Trump declines to rule out recession, Wall Street Journal. Trump tariff strategy sparks criticism from former advisor, headlines The Hill. Trump live updates, markets wobble as China tariffs deepen U.S. trade war, from the New York Times. A backlash is coming, by Eric Erickson. Those headlines may not be wrong, but they are not definitely right. We don't know what's going to happen in the short term with the economy. In the long term, bet on America. And if you take the president at his word, then there's good news on the horizon. Tariff threats will bring better trade deals, increased energy production in America will generate more jobs and lower costs. So if the president is right, we'll have forgotten about this crisis, this fear by Christmas. Long-term gains require short-term pain. Nobody thinks about that anymore. So if we get the long-term gains, nobody's going to really remember how we got here. But in the meantime, it will give Trump's detractors an awful lot of ammunition, an awful lot to make people fearful about. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.